Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Bonnaroo tickets coming up at the end of Music Entertainment News with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And it's the most Q101 lineup pretty much in years, so that's coming up just a few minutes away. But first, we have to pour one out today.
How do I say goodbye?
Very sad, but more in honoring the man's life because he lived a long time. 94 years old. What a run. 94.
Would you be satisfied with 94?
No, I need 100.
You need 100.
I do. I need 100.
Really?
Because I think
you got about 5 years left.
Well, I mean, we know, none of us know, right? What's going to happen?
Yeah, but we
What
have
if I
a good
had to
feeling.
guess?
Yeah, we have a good feeling about you.
I mean,
What do you think I'm going to die?
You?
Yeah.
Maybe the next 15 minutes.
I think you're going to die in 5 years. That's my guess.
I almost died this morning, head-on collision on Lakeshore Drive, someone going the wrong way. It almost happened. You never know.
Now, does that make you want to make changes in your life, like get on a stricter diet or watch some shows that you've been putting off, or go to the theater?
Don't you think it's going to make him want to have a worse diet? Like, what if he was on a diet and he died this morning?
Oh, that's true. What if you got really in shape and then you died?
Kenzie is right. Because I prayed for a minute, said, thank you, God, for not letting me die in this accident where some idiot was going the wrong way on Lakeshore Drive.
Is that a prayer to say thank you, God?
Yeah, it's in the book of Genesis. You can check it out.
I think of a prayer, hold on real quick. I think of a prayer as something you ask God ahead of time for, not that you're saying
no,
thank
you can thank. They want you to thank in the prayers. He's right.
Honestly, you should never ask God for anything. You should be thankful for what you have. And then
That's not true. You should ask God for yourself all the time.
No, you should not.
It actually says he wants to know your heart's desire in the Bible.
He's not the wizard in the Wizard of Oz. The God you're supposed
But
to
he
speak.
says that. He says, bring me your heart's desire. Like, he says that. Okay, Brian's right. In your prayers, you can thank God. Brian's wrong. You should ask God for stuff.
Well, again, he's not Santa Claus.
But I look at prayer as the pregame to life. And then if I want to sing God a thank you note, I can. But a thank you note is not a prayer.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
he asks you in his prayers to send thanks and to reflect. That's what it is. Think of it as like a phone call. A prayer is a phone call to God, and then you go whatever you want to in that phone call.
I've never thought of it like that's really beautiful.
Thank you.
So you get something and then just go like, whatever, God.
No.
Middle finger.
No, I don't give the middle finger to God.
Got him again. Psych.
What I do is I pray and I say, please let this happen. And then
it doesn't.
and then I curse God, and then I start all over again.
That's this middle finger fiesta that happens. That's right. You're supposed to be grateful and thankful every day, and then hopefully the good things come to you, like me not getting in a head-on collision because some a-hole was on Lakeshore Drive. And yes, that's a prayer in the book of Genesis.
Okay, but then that makes you want to be worse on Earth?
That made me want to go get a cake shake. I got it because I thought.
What if he dies tomorrow and he didn't have a cake shake? What if he eats lettuce all day today?
See, Kenzie gets me.
I get it. I know exactly where he was going to go with this.
It took 3 years, but Kenzie finally understands Brian.
I knew exactly where this was going.
It was 4 a.m. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't get anything good at 4 a.m.
God, the city used to be open 24/7.
God,
Now it's not. Thanks,
brutal.
Brandon Johnson.
Yeah. So this guy passed away at 94. Again, not enough. Could have used him longer.
What guy? Have we announced it yet?
We haven't announced it yet.
Okay, because I didn't know who died.
James Tolkien. He died at 94. Now, you might not know the name because he certainly wasn't like an A-lister type of guy, but he has some pivotal character roles in his life. He was Stinger in Top Gun, Kenzie, one of your favorite movies, I believe. And this is the role. He was the bald guy. The bald guy.
The angry one?
The angry one yelling at Tom Cruise after they buzz the tower and they come back and he yells at him.
A buzzkill.
Actually, it was Tom Skerritt, the other guy, Viper, who yells at him after he buzzes the tower. Stinger just yells at him just in general. Here's a clip from Top Gun.
Maverick, you just did an incredibly brave thing. What you should have done was land your plane. You don't own that plane, the taxpayers do. Son, your ego is writing checks your body can't cash. You've been busted. You lost your qualifications as section leader 3 times. Put in hack twice by me. With a history of high-speed passes over 5 air-controlled towers and 1 admiral's daughter.
Ooh, Penny Benjamin, that's what he says there. That's when he went back for Cougar. That's why he got yelled at, because he went back for Cougar because he just wussed out and couldn't go on with the plane. He's a fighter pilot, but he wussed out. He got scared. So then he goes back and saves his life, and then he's mad at him for saving his life and not. He could have wrecked this $1 billion plane.
Yeah. I watched this movie a year ago because it was a year ago at the Cubs home opener broadcast that we did the Top Gun review.
Yeah.
The only thing I remember about Mr. Tolkien was that in a movie full of really sweaty characters, he might have been the sweatiest guy of the bunch.
He was really
sweaty. He is dripping in that scene.
Maybe he has tuberculosis.
Maybe he has tuberculosis. And he's bald, too. And so when a bald guy sweats, you can see it all in their head.
Yeah, so in Back to the Future, he was the principal, Kenzie. Remember the principal? Same guy.
Yes.
Principal
Always
Strickland.
angry.
And they actually say that. I think that's when he goes back in time and sees him again. He goes, man, did that guy ever have hair?
Oh, funny.
Because he looked exactly the
So he
same.
doesn't have it again. We know, right?
Yeah. See, he didn't have hair.
That part you didn't need to.
30 years later, he didn't have hair, and he didn't have hair back then.
So you see what was funny, Kenzie? When
See,
he did
because he was
have
still
hair?
bald.
So you see what he did there?
His hair didn't grow.
Yeah.
It stayed bald.
Got it.
And that is the joke in the movie.
Yep. And sadly, he passed away. So he's 94.
He's also in Back to the Future 3.
Yeah. Yeah, he was in the franchise. He wasn't in 2. I can't remember.
Oh, can you
I
imagine
don't
getting
think
written out
so.
of 2? That would suck so bad.
3 was the worst.
Maybe he held out for more money, and he said, well, we'll do it without you. And then 2 did better than 3, if I remember right, as far as money-wise. I have to go back
3 was bad.
Yeah, it was certainly a payday for that movie, for that franchise. Anyway, pouring one out for James Tolkien. Good guy, 94 years old. I shouldn't say good guy. I don't know if he's a good guy, but I assume he was a good guy.
Oh, wait,
Crabby actor.
What's his name again?
James Tolkien, Tolkan. Please tell me he doesn't have a complicated legacy.
Oh.
Who's the guy that wrote the books? You know what I mean? Who's the guy with the similar name that wrote the books?
Oh,
like-
Tolkien.
No.
No.
Right.
Yeah, you're talking
no.
about The Hobbit and stuff and Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien.
Okay, that's who I thought died when I read this. I was super confused by his name.
No, he's been dead a long time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
J.R.
So
Tolkien.
James Tolkien, in his personal life section on Wikipedia, it says that he met his wife while working on a 1971 play and that he died in 2026. So not a complicated legacy, just an old man.
Also, not much of a Wikipedia page. There's nothing there.
Would you rather have a short Wikipedia page or no Wikipedia page at all, which is currently how you exist?
I'd like to have I don't want a short one, so I want a detailed Wikipedia
Yeah.
page or nothing.
It would hurt me more to have a really short, undetailed Wikipedia page.
Yeah, I don't want that. By the way, J.R.R. Tolkien, long Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot.
You think?
And just like all these guys, he fought in World War I.
Tolkien did?
Yeah, he wrote all those books, and he fought in a war, and he lived.
What have you done? You almost got in a car crash. Big whoop.
And I couldn't get a cake shake at 4 a.m. either. Anyway, real sad. Passed that on. Now, some positive news. We talked about Muse. We gave away tickets all week long at 7:10. Muse for the North American tour with Block Party and Portugal the Man, or Temper Trap is our show. I think they're switching some of the openers.
We've got Block Party, which is incredible, and the Temper Trap, yes.
Yeah, what a show. And those tickets coming up 7:10 a.m. every day this week. We get on the phones to beat Kenzie and Trivia for those tickets. Plus, Weezer got announced last week, and just want to mention with that show at Silver Sun Pickups and the Shins at the United Center September 22nd after Riot Fest. Busy week, busy time after Riot Fest. Ticket Blitz Thursday, this Thursday, will be those tickets.
I cannot wait for that show. That is such an awesome lineup.
Yeah, good show. A lot of big shows. You know, you get to this point now, we're almost in April, and we already had a lot with our Lollapalooza, and Riot Fest will be coming at some point here down the road, and like Foo Fighters at Soldier Field. But yeah, adding to the mix. Not adding to the mix is, in something fun, is Netflix raising their prices for a second time in just over a year. This is why they beat the Bears in Piece of Garbage Madness. Over the weekend, they announced that they're going up again. A standard Netflix plan with no ads will now cost 150% more than it did in 2011.
150%?
Now, that's from 2011. It's not going up that much right now, but that just shows where it's gone. The standard plan will now be, on Netflix's website, will be $8.99 a month, or $1 higher than the previous price. But the standard ad-free plan, which includes simultaneous viewing of up to 2 devices, is going to go from $17.99 to $19.99 a month. $20 a month now.
Now, you think you don't need the 2-device thing. You're like, whatever. And then you don't buy it. And oh my God, you need it so bad. In this house, we're always getting kicked off TVs all over the place. And I'll be like, Teresa, are you supposed to be doing homework? What do you mean this is already logged in? I'm catching my kids left and right doing stuff.
I can understand 2 devices at the same time, or even 3 or 4 or 5, but both on Netflix at the same time?
Right. Because, like, say I'm working out and I want to put a show on, and then Tristan's in his room doing homework, and Eric won't. I'm like, what are you doing in there?
Can you block him from your area to stop using it on his device? I don't know. Because I don't.
No, it'll log one out. Like, it'll be like, this is already in use. Would you like to stop that and start this one? Like, that's how it works.
Oh, what a buzzkill.
I know.
Not knowing the end of what happened.
I'm like, we're in the house. Just leave us alone.
Yeah. Well, it's now $20 a month for that plan. $20 a month.
Didn't it used to be like $8?
It said, well, it went back 150% from 2011. I don't know if I can do that going backwards.
No, see if you can do that math real quick.
Let's see. So 100% would be if it was what, $10 to $20?
I think so.
That's
So-
what I would have said.
So if it's 150,
Yeah, I think it's about $8. I think I nailed that.
Yeah, you'll get $7 or $8. Somewhere between 5 and 10 is $7.50, right? $7.50.
Something like that. I don't know. I think I'm just going to start buying a bunch of DVDs again.
That's what people are doing.
But then you can watch the new stuff. Are you going to buy every new thing that comes out?
What's the new thing on Netflix that people are watching? I haven't watched a new Netflix thing in what feels like forever.
You know, I was
That's not true. They just put that movie on there that I really want to see. Send Help.
Oh,
With
but,
Rachel
okay,
McAdams?
but
New.
that was in theaters. I could have seen that in theaters first.
Was that in theaters? I get
was.
very confused about what's in theaters
No,
and not.
that was in theaters because a lot of people here saw it, and it was very positive reviews in the Q101 office.
I mean, it came out like a year ago, but I'm finally watching The Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman. That was only on Netflix.
I've never heard of this.
You have to watch it. If you like White Lotus, you'll like The Perfect Couple.
I haven't seen White Lotus.
I love White
You're
Lotus.
such a loser.
I love White Lotus.
Brian, have you watched The Perfect Couple?
No, but I love
it's
White Lotus.
So good.
Also, I was going nuts for that dinosaur thing on Netflix, but I didn't watch it, and no one said it. I haven't heard anything about it since.
I was watching it, and it's kind of bothering me.
Why?
Cause you can't know all that 100%. They're like,
Know what?
okay,
What do you mean?
So okay. For example, por ejemplo, when they're switching from reptiles, reptiles were first before dinosaurs, right? Okay.
Well, does it
So-
say that in the thing or no?
Yes. So
Okay.
reptiles are first. It was like the low, kind of massive Komodo dragon-esque creatures were before dinosaurs.
I wish you could have just saw Kenzie walking like a Komodo dragon in the studio. She just did that. She did
Slow
that.
and low, baby. Okay. So then there was some form of hybrid, which was like the beginning of dinosaurs, right? As it slowly evolved. Well, they were like, all of them got killed except for one that ran away and it just made it under this tree. Like, you don't know. We can find the footsteps from this. You know that when those were all hatched in eggs, only one of them survived and it hit under that tree. Like, they're narrating it like it exactly happened, like 100% that way.
But I mean, there's a lot of scientists that have been studying it for hundreds of years that must.
What are you tracking them? Like, leaving DNA behind the footstep that doesn't even exist anymore because it was like Pangea at the time?
Well, maybe they found the footstep. Maybe there's a fossil of the footstep of the guy going behind the bush.
Isn't it possible that the other footsteps were washed away? Not every one of those for sure died immediately.
You think there was this big wave coming, and that guy pushed his friend into the wave? Until like, yeah, sorry.
I mean, anything
sorry,
could happen.
sucker. He kicked him. Kind of like this is Sparta, like 300, kicked that guy away and the one dinosaur lived. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I think they're taking some creative liberties in it. That's all I'm saying.
Is it cool, though? Like the dinosaur's cool? Because I wanted to watch it because
Yeah,
they're
like
cool.
Colleen Hoover's writing over here. It's like, okay.
No, are the dinosaurs cool? That's what we really care about.
Is it cool?
Do the dinosaurs look badass?
Kind of.
I mean, Morgan Freeman narrates it, and Steven Spielberg did it, who did Jurassic Park. So I would think it's pretty good. Are they not cool? They're not badass, the
Are they
dinosaurs?
badass
fine.
or not?
They're fine. They're just like, I'm not like, look at that new dinosaur. I mean, I've kind of seen it all with the dinosaurs.
So it's not badass?
I'm like, there's a T-Rex again. I don't know. Don't you feel like you know what a T-Rex looks like already?
Yeah, it looks pretty badass.
All right. It's, it's fine. I just feel like they're taking certain creative liberties. That's all. Like, they're telling it like it's a story.
And what did you want them to do?
Well, don't we think that's a little bit of a leap? Like, a little bit?
Well, there's always something where they're using like a little bit of like, well, this probably happened if it's a million years ago. So I'm going to trust them that the science, they looked it up and they did what they could.
All right.
But mainly, are the dinosaurs
Like I said, it
badass?
I
rained.
just want to know if they're badass or not.
They said it rained for 1,000,000 years straight. That's what I don't. How do you know there wasn't one sunny day that didn't have a break once? It rained for 1,000,000 years.
Could have. I mean,
I don't Like, that doesn't seem right. 1,000,000 years it rained for.
What seems off about that?
How would you know if there was a week of sunshine? If it rained for everything except for a week of sunshine? No, 1,000,000 years straight, no break.
I'm sorry.
How?
I'm sorry we're delaying the Bonnaroo tickets. I'd like to hear Kenzie talk about this more. Can you
It
imagine?
rained for 1,000,000 years.
Can you imagine being born in that time when your whole life it rained?
God, I never get tan.
Wrinkly, you'd be broody all the time.
My God.
I mean, they don't even know what a sunny day is like. They never. No one could. If it's 1,000,000 years, no one could even tell you what it was like.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. That's like a Sarah McLachlan commercial.
Because if you had a great grandfather, even he didn't see a sunny day.
He's got nothing.
God, see, I got to see this thing. And the dinosaurs are probably badass
I
animation,
don't know
right?
if the dinosaurs are badass or not.
1,000,000 years. How do you weren't even there?
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
What are you taking away from today's show with Brian and Kenzie on Q101? Texting your takeaway right now, 312-591-8300. Something memorable to you on today's show. That is a takeaway. Text it in right now.
The Q101 Morning Crew. Sports.
Well, when you hear these clips, you're going to think that the Cubs and the White Sox are both 3-0 after opening weekend. Not the case. The Cubs finished opening weekend 1-2 against the Nationals, losing yesterday 6-3. But Alex Bregman got his first homer as a Chicago Cub, and it sounded like this.
2-2. In the air, out towards center field. Young is back at the track, at the wall. And the first Breggy bomb for Alex here at home.
Breggy bomb. Okay.
Raggy bomb.
I don't like Kenzie's fine. I don't like the way you say that.
I know. I don't like grown men saying it.
Yeah, I
as a
think
whole.
that's not for you.
Breggy bomb.
No.
Is that better?
No,
No.
not better. Equally as bad, but in a different way.
So I can't say Breggy bomb in any form or fashion. If
I
you
don't
get-
think so.
It's just not good.
And I think it's good that we're getting this out of the way this early in the season.
Me too. Any
Well,
other kinks we got to work out?
I appreciate the feedback.
Yeah.
I just want to know what I should be doing going forward. We got a star player here. And
You want me to just do it and be like, he's got one?
Well, you can't say that. You got to go Breggy bomb.
Well, I know, but like you have to tell me, you have to signal me, then I can say it.
What's the signal? I use like those flags at the airport. Those guys flying in planes in. Kenzie, give me the Breggy bomb.
You just throw something at me.
Fine.
Kenzie, when we throw something at you.
When I throw a pen at you, that's what I mean. If it's in the forehead, you still say Breggy bomb.
Okay.
And he got another one in that, so it marked the only.
Reggie bomb.
We didn't throw anything at you.
It's very confusing. I was trying to get ahead of it.
That was only his 8th multi-homer game of his career. Tonight, the Cubs host the Angels at Wrigley. Now, even more intense is the White Sox. You really think should have won at least one of those games, but they didn't. They were 0-3 over the weekend against the Brewers. Very good, by the way, the Brewers. But Colson Montgomery opened yesterday's game with a grand slam.
Rips this one to right center field. Back it goes! Get out! Colson Montgomery with a grand slam as all the Sox fans in attendance giving each other high fives. It's the Sox with an early 4-0 lead.
Sounds like they took over that field up in Milwaukee. Sounds like a home game. And then also in that game and all three games, Munetaka Murakami. Home run in all three games. This is yesterday.
3-2. Murakami back in right field. It goes at the wall. It gets out. Oh my goodness, he did it again.
Insane. And they still lost. And in that game, you had a grand slam and a homer. Still lost. Case was watching.
It was tough. Because I was feeling pretty good for a while. Yeah. I was feeling so good that I actually turned off the White Sox and turned on the Cubs because that game was closer. And then I flipped it back in the 7th, and it was just, it's amazing how no matter what year we're in, no matter what the calendar says, you just see this avalanche of bad coming the White Sox way sometime, and there's nothing you can do about it. And this is one where we take the starter out, we put in a reliever. The reliever lets a bunch of guys on base. You put in a different reliever, grand slam to Christian Yelich. All of a sudden, the White Sox are now trailing a game that they had been leading by a very wide margin at one point.
You know, grand slam's pretty rare.
Yeah.
And you open the game with that. It's very similar, like the Bears. Devin Hester running back the touchdown. You usually win those things.
Yeah.
Yep.
Usually. White Sox found a way to not do that.
Yeah, White Sox at the Marlins today. Home opener this Thursday at 3 against the Blue Jays for your White Sox. And the Final Four is set. Very Big Ten heavy. Illinois, what a crazy. Did you know that downstate, in prediction of that game being out of control and what was going to happen down in Champaign, that they stopped alcohol sales?
Like everywhere?
Well, bars, they can't stop that. I mean, they have a liquor license, and the bars couldn't do it. But you couldn't buy like alcohol at a grocery store down there that day if you wanted it because they thought people were going to destroy the town if they won, and they probably would have because the celebration was pretty massive down there. But they stopped alcohol sales downstate before, like hours, the whole day before that game.
Thank God I'm not there.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's fine. It's still standing, probably because they stopped the alcohol sales. Illinois versus UConn Saturday at 5, and Michigan, Arizona, the two number ones left. 7:50 this Saturday. But yeah, getting back to UConn, what an end of a game. Bye, Duke. Bye. Braylon Mullins from Greenfield, Indiana, right here at the end of the game was ridiculous. One of the most memorable things, the Christian Laettner shot we talk about forever. This is one of those shots.
72-70, Duke, 10 seconds to go. Get it into Boozer, back for Sarr, ahead, Boozer, that ball deflected and stolen by Mullins. Caravan, 2 seconds, Mullins tosses it up. It's good! With point 3! UConn goes in front! Utterly impossible! March means drama! Astounding!
Bill Raftery almost died on that call. Oh, my God. Love him to death. Also, Carlos Boozer's sons on Duke, the twin sons, and involved in that last play.
Yes.
Not good. Carlos Boozer, great Chicago boy. I love Carlos Boozer when he was here. And his sons are amazing. They're twins, 1'6'9", 1'6'4". The 6'9" one is a better player, I would say. And, screwed it up at the end there. Just need to hold the ball and dribble it out, and they didn't do that.
Do you think he drove them both home and they sat in the backseat quietly the entire time, afraid their dad was going to yell at them?
Listen, we're going to go to Burger King, but we're not going now. We're going to park here, and Can you imagine him driving them home after that?
Very easily. I feel like I've been in that scenario a million times in my life.
Well,
Really? Was your dad like that about sports?
I just, sometimes you feel like a disappointment and you're aware that you're not the only one that's looking at you as a disappointment.
I don't know. I always had a real attitude like, oh, I'm sorry, you had a successful sports career? Like, I'm the problem?
Yeah, but I couldn't. With my dad's situation, my dad played football for Ohio State.
Your dad was successful.
So when I was in the car and he was yelling at me, I couldn't have said that.
Case and I could say it.
Oh, you were some big deal on campus? Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a full ride to Ohio State.
Okay, I'll work on it.
Good note.
Can we still go to Burger King? It's Brian and Kenzie, Q101.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Get to your takeaways here in a second. Lauren on the way in. Beautiful day. Going to be almost 80 and sunny depending on where you are. 70 at the coldest, so that's pretty damn awesome. Case, what do you got for our first takeaway?
Takeaway from Chef Sean, and his takeaway is, I'm still waiting to hear if the dinosaurs were badass.
People did answer on the text line and said the dinosaurs were badass.
But Kenzie didn't.
Kenzie didn't, and she would not cave in on that, which I don't want her to. I want her to be honest. I just hoping the dinosaurs are badass.
If they're not badass, just say so.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll let you know when I finish the whole thing. I'm just trying to get past the current lies of the first few episodes.
This is the Netflix dinosaur documentary that I've been dying to watch. It came out like a month ago at least. I don't know. But I've heard
and you're falling behind on another TV show?
Yes. But there was a lot of great trailer stuff with it, and then I haven't heard anything since it aired or since it dropped.
Well, what were you... I know we have to wrap up the show, but what were you expecting people to say about a dinosaur show narrated by Morgan Freeman? What did you think the takeaway was going to be?
That these dinosaurs were badass.
Fair enough.
That's what I was looking for.
And you know what? That would have been great to hear.
Kenzie, what do you got?
Cody texted in, takeaway, Brian will take his pants off for $100,000.
I will, even less probably. And Dakota checked in, takeaway, 1 million years? Son of a bitch.
Jonas, son of a bitch.
All right, what's on the podcast, Case?
On the Brian and Kenzie podcast today, we discussed the battle of Jelly Roll versus data centers, which is currently happening in Piece of Garbage Madness. You can vote on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Q101's handles on all of those platforms. We also talked about the great Kit Kat heist of 2026 and what we can do to get the Kit Kats back in stores. And we broke down the Netflix price hike, which includes the badass dinosaurs and so much other stuff today in music entertainment news.
All that and more tomorrow. The Muse tickets coming up at 7:10. We'll have Bonnaroo tickets again. And Billy Corgan on the show tomorrow from the Smashing Pumpkins talking about Lollapalooza. That'll be tomorrow.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.